Welcome to the 65th broadcast of the T-ROH show. This is I don't know how you can say like a special edition, but not really. It's just information that we found or that we saw today. Actually, the last couple of days, we wanted to share with everyone. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share screens and I'm going to show you a video that was on CBS News. Just show you the video. There's CBS News there. It is their video, so I'm going to show it. And I'm not going to turn the sound on. I just want you to look at it. It's like 2 minutes and 41 seconds, but I want you to say, just watch it. Okay. So I'm sure everyone missed that. If you were going through this, all of a sudden, okay, now that we have to look at this from a on the street guy who believes that um, the Federal Reserve is a part of the federal government, doesn't understand that that's a private company, that the UPS or USPS is a government organization. It's not a private company. That's U.S. mail. So we have to look at it from that point of view. So the U.S. mail is in the street point of view, just your average individual, guy, woman walking down the street. That USPS is a government organization. That's part of the government. U.S. mail. You never mess with the U.S. mail. That's the government. You screw with them, you're screwing with government. Okay, that's how people believe. And they make a deal with Amazon to deliver their packages, and I believe it's like $1.50 that it costs USPS to deliver packages or Amazon's packages. So, did everyone catch what they saw? I just wanted you to look at it. I know it was a little blurry, or it wasn't coming through well, but did you catch what happened? Did anybody see it? Now, let's start it again. I'll mute it out. And he says, if not them born of the American taxpayers. So Trump's going off on it, right? Boom. Did you see this guy? He says that Amazon is a godsend. Look where he's from. Georgetown University. So he comes in, says his piece, and then he's sticking up for Amazon. That that Amazon is actually helping the United States Postal Service. Then he comes in again, and then they put his name up very real quick. Let's go there again. Boom. He's a professor at Georgetown University. Now, if you've been watching the T-ROH show, I'll go ahead and stop sharing. You know that we've been talking about Georgetown University and Fordham University, and that it's a Catholic thing and a Jesuit thing. Okay, now on the with the average guy on the street, folks, what does Georgetown University have to do with him from this point of view with a deal between Amazon and the United States Postal Service? What do they care? They're supposed to be teaching law and teaching subjects and stuff to students. Why is it that they would come in to a CBS newsreel and state that Amazon has been a godsend to USPS? Now, this is just from the average Joe's point of view. To them, to the majority of people, USPS is not a private company at all, and it's a government organization, part of the government. It's supposed to be part of the executive branch. They've been doing packages for Amazon at a cost of $1.50 per package, against USPS. Then USPS asks for more subsidies from the US Congress to make up for that loss. Folks, think about it. What does Georgetown University have to do with any of that? Any of it whatsoever? Why would they bring a professor in and start talking about this? Got something else to show you. So here it is. Got some screenshots for you. He's talking about Amazon costing the United States Postal Service massive amounts of money for being their delivery boy. Amazon should pay the cost plus and not have them borne by the American taxpayer. Many billions of dollars. PO leaders don't have a clue or do that. Okay, so he comes out on Twitter and says this. This guy comes in and starts speaking out against it, against what Trump was saying. This guy right here. Look, Georgetown University. Why would Georgetown University have anything to say about what's going on between Amazon and USPS in any way, shape, or form? Now it gets better. This is going to be a short show, folks, so just hold on. Here's Mueller. He comes up and says he told Trump's attorneys the president remains under investigation but not currently a criminal target. This is coming from the Washington Post. Now, what does that have to do with anything? They're beefing up border security. There's the consistency between the seals. There's Georgetown University. Here's Border Customs Control. They're not exactly the same, but they're close. That's 1789. Then Mueller told Trump's attorneys the president remains under investigation but is not currently a criminal target. Okay, now this story here comes out at 6:30 Eastern time. That's 6:30 Eastern time. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the Washington Post is on the east side, east part of the country, if I'm not mistaken. Mueller comes out, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see for yourself. Let me bring this up to 200. He comes out April 3rd, 8:02 p.m. This was that show, I guess it was between that half hour. So an hour later, this is released by Washington Post. Why would he release that an hour after that story? He says, but does not consider him a criminal target at this point, according to the three people familiar with the discussions. And then they start making excuses that Mueller has to say these things and do these things and all this. So I've got some links here. Mueller, let's go do some looking around here. So he's he's American, blah blah blah. He was in Princeton University and the University of Virginia School of Law. Okay, it's gonna blink out a little bit. Sorry, folks, that's just the way it is here. Now, who is Mueller? Okay, so you have the University of Virginia School of Law, and this is virginia.edu. University commemorates Cornerstone ceremony that started it all. It's what? Oh, okay. It's a Masonic university. Masonic created. Huh. Okay. All right. You say you're back online, John? Now, what is Princeton? Because it also said he was at Princeton. So let's go there. Ah, the Aquinas is Princeton's University Catholic campus ministry. Okay, so how to become a Catholic at Princeton. That's Princeton University there. This is the Catholic section here. That's Mueller. Okay, if you're here, let me unmute you. How about now? Oh, okay. All right. So now that we put all that stuff together, let's look at this from another point of view. So he goes after Amazon. This guy comes in, says his piece. It's been a godsend to this. Georgetown University is directly, and I mean directly, interfering with a contract between Amazon and USPS. Or are they? Or is Georgetown University, are they the ones that actually implemented it? The contract. So this guy interferes with it. They come in and say, oh, no, 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 no. Not an hour later, this guy comes in and starts threatening Trump. There it is, folks. Not an hour later, he comes in and starts really. He's not a part of a criminal target, but he's he's remains under investigation. That's a warning shot. Don't mess with that contract. Why? Because Georgetown University said so. So who runs the country, folks? Who runs the U.S.? Because Georgetown University said, no, that's a godsend, leave that alone, they stick the dogs on him and tell him leave it alone. Don't mess with that contract. That means that Georgetown University is instrumental in funneling subsidized tax money through the USPS Amazon agreement. Now, where do you guys think that's going? You have Jesuits, you have Masons, all work for who? The Vatican. They're funneling tax money through through that contract, through the university, over to across the pond, over to the Vatican. And that, folks, is how the whole system works. This was just the last 2 days. Got anything to add, David?
No, I'm still kind of stunned. But there it is.
It's right there in plain sight. Who is what, who's doing what, when, and where. That citizens of the United States are nothing more than Catholics. That's why they, in the last program, that's why they didn't get their independence from the states. They didn't get their independence from the states, or did they get their independence from a popular vote? They are there for one purpose and one purpose only, which is to serve Vatican City and to bring that money into the coffers and do everything they can possibly do to do it. Now, let's go back to this, and I'll cover this one more time. Then I'm going to go ahead and end the program. What does just so you get it, on the average Joe, he thinks the Federal Reserve is federal government, and he thinks USPS is US mail. Now, for you average Joes that believe that, I'm not going to argue that in any way, shape, or form. What I'm going to say is, what does Georgetown University have to do with Amazon and USPS in the middle of a news story? And why is it that 1 hour later they threaten Trump with lawsuit or possible criminal indictments? And who is Mueller? He's a Mason, because that's where he was taught. So we know one thing for sure. The Masons run the court systems. Who do they run the court system on behalf of? A foreign monarch. They're not working for the United States. They work for a foreign monarch. Who does the University of Georgetown work for? A foreign monarch. That you had no vote in putting him in power over your life. This is not just in the US, this is all throughout the states. Now you understand how this operates. Amazon lost a lot of stock. More than likely, the beneficiary, once Trump went after it, beneficiary made a phone call and said, y'all need to stop this. Georgetown University comes in, gives out the orders, because that's the Pope's private militia, and it goes right to the Masons, and the Masons come out and say, okay, they're going to sick, they're the dogs, they're going to sick them on him to stop him from doing it. All the Pope had to do was pick up a phone. Hey, stop this. I don't like this. Y'all see how the system works? That's how the system works. And it's been doing that. So that means all the laws, they say, benefit the lawyers, benefit the attorneys. No, they benefit the beneficiary of the Social Security trust, the Internal Revenue Trust. And they had y'all working into the 1666 cess decay and all this other crap, and it has nothing to do with it. It's the Internal Revenue Trust. And it's his internal revenue. That office's internal revenue over across the pond, Vatican City. I hope you enjoyed this particular program. If you want to hear it again, please replay it. It's fine. We like the likes. We like the subscriptions or subscribes. We don't make any money on this, but we do like to see more and more people get to know what's really going on in this country. We got some other good programs coming up. Please stay tuned, and we'll get to those programs and get them done as soon as possible. Thanks for listening to the T-ROH Show, and we'll talk to you in the next program.